Furthermore, the Chazon Ish continues, and he says, the Satan creates peace between all of these people that love to fight, so that they can all build a stable fortress of strife and arguments, speaking evil of others, lies, tale-bearing, baseless hatred, all of which shorten men's lives. The Satan starts dancing. He has a party. Why? He sees Joe over here, he likes to fight. Steve over here loves a good fight. Samantha over here, she lives for fights. And guess what? They don't like each other. But now the rabbi said something about some other rabbi. He said something kosher and he said something kosher. They're both right. But they actually disagree with each other. And one of them mentioned it publicly, no, I actually disagree with this chacham because I think that what he's saying is wrong. All of a sudden, Steve and Joe says, hey, by the way, you see what he said about him? You see what he said about him? Yeah, all of a sudden there's peace between Steve and Joe, and then Samantha shows up and says, they hate her, both of them hate her, more than they hate each other. But Samantha says, listen guys, I got a chidush. I know we hate each other, but I got a chidush. This guy just said this. Ooh, what? Ooh, now she's their best friend. Now she's their best friend all of a sudden. Why? Now we can make a big fight. Satan makes peace between the people that like the fights just for the sake of for them to make it even a bigger fire. A bigger fire, more dangerous fire. And this creates a lot of lashon hara, rechilut, all types of sins that the Chazon Ish says every one of these sins is one of the reasons why people die young. People say lashon hara, they die young. People say rechilut, they die young. All of these things are reasons why Kadosh Baruch Hu kills people young. Shem Yishmo. It's possible to find this negative scenario even in matters that are completely spiritual. In certain situations and ambiguous cases, all the tools of destructive divisiveness appear in these two, just like in other matters. So you see, Rabotai, here, that when a person does not understand why he's in this world and who's running the world, he doesn't have bitachon, how it's not only that he could live a miserable life, a life where he feels or she feels like a victim, but worse yet, it actually breeds sinat chinam, which is one of the main reasons of why we still don't have a Bet HaMikdash. So we go from having bitachon, which is the highest level of showing Hashem honor, having bitachon Hashem, to not having bitachon, being the reason why there's divisiveness and thereby destructive nature among people and the destruction of the Bet HaMikdash. That's how much bitachon means. You have it, you'll have salvation, blessing, and everything in the world. You don't have it, the nation is destroyed. The house of Hashem is destroyed. There's sinat chinam everywhere. People hate each other for no reason. People are competing each other even when they're not in the same business. All types of things. Why? Lack of bitachon is not just for the individual, but rather it affects every little thing around him, his whole world around him. When a person does not understand that, he's not going to understand the reasons behind certain mitzvot. Like we mentioned a few weeks ago, the Sefer HaChinuch. Sefer HaChinuch brings up from almost 700 years ago. He says, how come there's a mitzvah obligation from the Torah that you're not allowed to take revenge? You're not allowed to take revenge against another Jew. He did something bad to you. She did something bad to you. You're not allowed to take revenge against them. Revenge belongs to Hashem. Sefer HaChinuch gives clarity as clear as day about it. He says it's not about that Hashem is scared that you're going to hurt him. It's not about that Hashem is is going to mess with your free choice. No. When you take revenge or you want to take revenge, why are you doing it? You're doing it because you think that he hurt you, that he's the one that stole your customer, that she's the one that stole your business, that he's the one that stole this or took this from you. And the Sefer HaChinuch says that is the definition of heresy. Why? You believe that he has power independent of God. As if he can hurt you without HaKadosh Baruch Hu signing off on it beforehand. Because no one can hurt you and no one can help you without Hashem himself signing off and allowing it to happen before they even decided to help you. Before Steve decides to help Reuven, HaKadosh Baruch Hu has to decide to help Reuven himself. He has to decide to help Reuven. Why? He says, listen, Reuven did this, this, and this. I'm going to give him a test. Okay, Reuven starts doing tshuva. Oh, Hashem says, look at my son, he's doing tshuva. Okay, so, you know what? I'm going to help him. I'm going to help him. So let's see, out of my 8 billion people in the world, and countless billions of animals, and countless trillions of bugs and plants, and all types of species in the world that we can see and that we can't see, which one of them am I going to use to help Reuven now that he did tshuva? Which one am I going to use? And Hashem selects different creatures, whether it be man, woman, or animal, plant, demon, whatever it may be. He's going to use all types of things in his infinite power to help Reuven. So now if he decides to help him, he says, okay, you know what? Now that I decided to help him, now I'm going to pick the players in this. Steve wants to help somebody. So you know what, Steve? You want to help somebody, it's in your heart to help somebody, you have a given heart. How about this? I'm going to connect you and make a shidduch between you and Reuven. You now want to help somebody, you're going to help Reuven. So Steve never could help Reuven without Hashem already deciding to help Reuven in the first place. The same happens in the opposite way. If Reuven decides to do something that will cause Hashem to say, you know what, I'm going to take some money from you. You did something that, simply put, is either going to cost you your life or money. You wasted seed. You wasted seed. And Torah says someone that wastes seed is gzar din mavet. It's a death penalty. But since I don't want to kill you, what am I going to do? I'm going to take money from you. I'm going to take money from you. So I'm going to take money from you. I'm going to use something creative. HaKadosh Baruch Hu looks at his 8 billion people and billions of animals and all types of trees and demons and angels and so on and so forth, and decides which parts to use to go and take money from Reuven. And he sees, oh, Fred over here. Fred's a thief. He likes stealing. He likes doing bad things. Okay, so you know what, Fred? Knock on Reuven's door and pretend like you're going to sell him something and get him to sign. Get him to sign a contract for $25,000. And simply put, don't deliver on the contract. Disappear to a different country. Reuven all of a sudden says, good morning, Fred. How are you? How are you doing? Yeah, listen, you look representative. You look presentable. You look an honest business person. What can we do together? Oh, listen, I got the best deal in the world. I can sell you X, Y, Z for half the price. But listen, opportunity is only today because I'm leaving the country. Which one? Do you want to do it or no? No. Don't leave. Hold on a second. I got my checkbook. He writes a check faster than he can blink. Here, who do I make it payable to? Writes a check for $25,000. Dear Fred, here you go. You're going to give it to me today? No problem. I'm going to email it to you today. You're going to have it before the end of the day. And guess what? Gone. Calls, sorry, disconnected. This guy stole money from me. Wow, I can't believe he did. I'm going to take revenge against him. What are you taking revenge against him? What revenge? HaKadosh Baruch Hu did it. HaKadosh Baruch Hu did it. Fred was a tool that he used. To go and want to take revenge against Fred is in essence giving Fred the power as if he's God. And the Sefer HaChinuch writes 700 years ago. He says that is kfirah, heresy. You're giving power to anything other than HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The fact that Fred made a sin, he'll have to pay for the sin. The fact that Steve made a mitzvah, he'll get rewarded for the mitzvah. No problem. The Bet Din of Shamayim gives merit to the ones that are meritorious, that want to do good. Hashem gives them opportunity to do good. The ones that want to do evil, Hashem helps them even do evil. He gives them the opportunity to do evil. They'll get punished or rewarded for it, respectively. But as far as who decided that this evil or this good will happen, it's only Hashem. It's never a person. Hence the reason why we're not allowed to take revenge. Because that's giving him or her the power, not Hashem. And the Sefer HaChinuch says the only thing that a person should do when something bad happened to him is reflect on himself and ask, what is Hashem trying to tell me here? What is Hashem trying to tell me with this loss? What is Hashem trying to tell me with this gain? What is Hashem trying to tell me? Why am I deserving of this pain? Or perhaps this pleasure? What did I do so I can either repeat it or not repeat it, depending on what it is? And when a person starts to do reflecting on himself, starts internalizing the whole deed, he completely removes the power of people from his life and gives it all to Hashem. Gives it all to Hashem. But if a person does not give all the power to Hashem and he gives it to people, the book of Jeremiah says such a person is Arul. Arul is a person like this. Cursed is a person that trusts in man, puts the confidence in man. This, Rabotai, is critical for a person that is going to live in the world with other people. He's going to live in a world where he's expecting to have a successful life. Because without having some level of bitachon, a person can simply lose their mind to the point of being like this Reuven from the story the Chazon Ish gave us, where he pretends to have bitachon, but as soon as his feathers are shaken,